Just did the dyno run for this L5P on stock tune right here. Gonna pull up the dyno chart right here. So this is the dyno run on the stock tune of the L5P. As you can see, we're about 380 horsepower and pretty much exactly at 900 foot-pounds of torque. So that's that's an SAE corrected number. So this stock L5P, again, is about 380 foot-pounds or 380 horsepower, 900 foot-pounds of torque. Gonna get back in the truck, put it on level 5 on the Pulsar, and see what kind of dyno number we come at. All right, that felt really good. That's level 5 on the Pulsar, as you can see. Woo! We went from 380 to about 475 on the horsepower. We went from 900 to 1060 about there on the torque gains. So if you look at this, let's see if we can find that overlay here. The Pulsar level 0 to level 5. So you see that nice horsepower gain right there across the board, nice torque. You can see some of these little dips in this torque gain, some of the dip in the horsepower gain. The Pulsar levels that out, smoother power, makes better power out throughout the curve. But like I say, peak to peak gains right there, you're looking, like I said, I'd say about that's a 85 horsepower gain. And up here, you're looking there, you're about 160 foot-pounds of torque. So that is to the rear wheel testing right there. So 85 horsepower, 160 foot-pounds of torque on that run right there. And but that's a level 5 on the Pulsar compared to stock on this L5P Duramax. Hey guys, Jared Vance here. I'm excited to show you the brand new features for the Pulsar for the 2017-2019 Duramax L5P. The Pulsar is a brand new product release that's an inline module. So it plugs directly into the ECU and it picks up the signals. So by picking up the signals, we actually have the capabilities of reading everything the vehicle's doing. So instead of tapping into certain things like fuel pressure, we can actually control injector pulse width. Yeah, that's right. So injector pulse width, all 8 injectors are firing a signal to the motor. We can pick up all 8 injectors, pick up that pulse width and adjust that. By changing the pulse width instead of just doing fuel pressure, we can actually provide more performance to the vehicle, and we actually have the limits right now to where if we added more airflow, we could provide who knows how much more power out of this vehicle. With the Pulsar alone, we can add anywhere up to 85 horsepower and 160 foot-pounds of torque. There's stock level and additional 5 performance levels over stock with the Pulsar. By changing the injector pulse width, we can actually change that feeling in every power level, but at the same time, we're also monitoring everything that's going on with the vehicle. So we're not just adding fueling, we're being smart about it. It's smart tuning. This thing is a standalone ECU. There's more product in this thing than most of the ECUs that we're actually connecting to. The Pulsar actually has the ability to change the accelerator pedal position as well. By changing the accelerator pedal position, we can actually give you more feeling with less throttle. That's right, you want better response out of the bottom end of your new L5P? The Pulsar will do that. The great thing about adding the bottom end performance like that, once that turbo boost starts spooling, the Pulsar will actually add performance to it as well. So not only are you getting better pedal response, but you're getting performance on top of that. That turbo will start spooling, you'll clean out your exhaust, and it'll actually keep you clean running down the road at a great rate. You want to change the performance levels while you're driving down the road? Hey, it's simple with the Pulsar. The plus and minus on your cruise control on the steering wheel, simple as that. Hit one of those buttons, hit plus to go up, hit negative to go down in performance. So simple as that. When you see the speedometer, it'll actually raise up to 10, 20, 30, 40, or 50 miles per hour, indicating which power level you're in. So if you're at 50 miles per hour, that means you're in level 5. Hey, if you're driving down the road at 70 miles per hour and you forget what power level you are in, with the cruise control off, hit the cancel button, and the speedometer will actually go up in that indicated spot of what power level you're in. So no longer do you need to run a wire through the firewall, connecting to other components of the vehicle, and change the power levels with a little dial switch that's drilled into your new $80,000+ truck. Pulsar integrates right into your dash. Not only by changing your tire size are you changing the speedometer, improve that, and make that accurate, but actually improve your shifting and shift points. It makes the truck go back into sync how it should be stock and shifts properly with the added power of the performance of Pulsar. High idle. Hey, say your truck's out there sitting in the driveway and it's cold outside and you want to warm it up a little bit quicker. Go in there and change the high idle of your truck by changing it with the steering wheel control. Bump up the high idle a couple hundred RPMs, warm that truck up a little bit quicker before you get in it and take off down the road. So we're talking about the Pulsar and all the cool things with it, but we're really forgetting the Pulsar is an inline module. When it's an inline module and it's taking the ECU information, it's sitting on the CAN bus. Basically anything that sends to the ECU The ECU has to go through the Pulsar before it goes to the motor. The benefits about that is we're always monitoring what's going on with the vehicle. So if you're monitoring everything what's going on with the vehicle, that means if you have low boost fueling, is you don't want to add too much power until your turbo is spooled up. So kind of your air-fuel ratio mix, right? So we want that turbo to spool up before we add too much power. So the Pulsar can actually indicate that and tell you when to add more fueling when the turbo starts to spool up. What that does actually improves your fuel mileage, improves the longevity of the turbo, improves the soot buildup in your DPF, and keeps everything clean and efficient. Trans-slip. Say you're running down the road and the transmission starts to slip a little bit. Pulsar will indicate that. It'll actually pull out performance if your transmission is slipping. Why is that important to you? Well, that's going to help you from adding too much added power to the transmission in that fail-safe mode. So basically, if it starts to slip, it'll actually pull back power a little bit. Once it's locked in there and everything's good, I'll add the power back into it. Just another safety feature the Pulsar is always monitoring to keep your truck safe. Another thing like trans-slip is gear change. So when you're going from level 1, 2, 3, 4, you're going through those gears pretty quick. Maybe if you're into it a little bit, the Pulsar is going to monitor that. So it's actually built into their smart technology to where it's going to provide enough fueling to allow you to get into that gear. So it's not going to provide 100% fueling the whole time trying to get into those gears. It's going to optimize your accelerator pedal position. It's going to monitor which power level you're in and your load percentage, and actually give the proper amount of fueling when you're changing gears in your truck. All these great features of Pulsar is basically built into make your truck have longevity, at the same time making them fun to drive, giving you that bottom end power, giving you that torque build up, hauling your trailer down the road, beating your friend from light to light, or just everyday drivability and improve your fuel mileage. The Pulsar is the product for you of that today. One of the most important questions we get from you, our customer, is, will that void my warranty? Technically, there's a lot of things about warranty, but the best thing about the Pulsar itself is when you actually take the Pulsar off the vehicle, the truck is completely back to stock. That's right. It's not like a programmer where you're leaving traces in the vehicle. You're actually returning the truck completely back to stock because we never tuned the vehicle itself. All the information came through the Pulsar and we picked it up and sent to the motor. So if you got to go in for warranty work, go back through, uninstall it the way you installed the Pulsar, put everything back to stock, boom, your truck's back to stock, head in for warranty. If you want to learn more about the Pulsar and other products we have to offer, hey, head over to our website. Check out the other videos. We're going to do a full install of this Pulsar. You can see exactly how easy it is to get in there and how clean it is. If you got more questions, give us a call. Check it out. We're excited to see you next time.